So I know that I promised y'all that I was going to do more Weight Watcher type foods that were more healthy and on point, but it's triggering. And I didn't realize how triggering it was until this morning. I'm making breakfast and I'm scanning like protein bars, and one of my protein bars comes up like as 8 points. And I'm looking at the calories and all this stuff because you know you should check because that's a thing, and it's matching up, and I'm like 8 points for a protein bar. 8 points for a protein bar, yet it's only 220 calories, you know. And I'm in my head, I'm like, okay, well I can't have this. Well, can I have this protein bar? Oh no, that's 7 points and it's 190 calories. So like, what can I have? Oh, I settle for 150 calorie protein bar. And in my head I was like, but that's not what I really want. And I find that days that I don't eat things that I really want, I tend to overeat or overcompensate for it on the back end. So when I got home for dinner, I was literally like, what am I going to eat? What am I going to eat? And I still had leftovers from like brunch because I didn't eat everything from brunch. And my kids didn't want it because I was going to give it to them, but they decided that they didn't want it. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to eat my brunch food for dinner and call it a day. So I will try to incorporate things that I know it's Weight Watcher friendly and kind of let you guys know, like necessarily you don't have to eat like I eat. You could eat like one meal, like a specific meal, and then take with it adding 0 point options. Like I literally tried, you guys, but it's so triggering to me, and I don't want to go backwards into a place where I start to hate how I am with food. And I feel like even doing this for a week of just like trying to do strictly Weight Watcher stuff and not just doing my calorie counting like I've been doing, tracking everything and being okay with it, I feel like that's triggering to me. So I'm not going to do it. I'm just not. I worked a long day at work and I still have to get a workout in. I'm tired, y'all. So I have a video that I uploaded. I'm actually going to put it out tonight. I'm going to go ahead and put the thumbnail with it, put the information in, just make it public, and then I'm going to go about my day. Like I said, I'm exhausted. Tonight is going to be an early night. After I work out, I'm going to take my vitamins. I'm probably going to be asleep. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. The kids came back really late. At 11, they had slept on the road to come back, and so they were up. And if you guys don't see these bags up under my eyes, my son kept me up a lot last night. I'm just tired, and this whole foot situation is very frustrating. I don't talk about it much, but it's very frustrating. Like today, my hip doesn't hurt, and it hasn't really been hurting. I laid on my back. I went to sleep on my back last night instead of sleeping on my side, which seemed to help. But like now, my foot has gone back to my toes being tingling instead of like the middle part of my foot, and so it's hard to drive. It's hard to put tennis shoes on. It's just hard to wear shoes in general after being up and on your feet a lot and moving around. It sucks. But that's neither here nor there. I just wanted to come and let you guys know, like, I know what I said I was gonna do, but I'm not finna trigger myself and make myself unhappy for a YouTube video. And my health is way more important to me, and actually succeeding in my journey is way more important to me. So that's what I will be focusing on. Tomorrow's a new day. You'll probably see some more whatever you see. I'm going to try to like at least show you guys what I eat, because I'm going to vary it up. So I'm trying not to eat the same thing all the time, which means not having a sandwich every day for lunch. That's the thing. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I'm hitting the hay. Deuces. welcome to day 2. I'm on my way to work. I'm going to be late. I'm struggling this morning. My hip is acting up like really bad. So some days I have really good days. I don't have any flare-ups, whatever. And then some days are really tough. They're really hard to deal with. And today is one of those days. I did work late yesterday, like super late yesterday. So I don't know if me being at work for so much longer, still moving around and all that stuff, and not having enough time to rest is the issue or what. I don't know. Today is dress up like a Dr. Seuss character day, or you could wear a Dr. Seuss t-shirt or shirt and wear jeans. So this is my son's this is my son's pajama shirt. When I got them pajama shirts, I actually got him a men's small, just so that he had room to grow into it, because when my son gets pajamas, he becomes obsessed with them and then he wants to wear them forever. Key point, I got him like some Super Mario pajamas. No, not, it started off with shoot, I can't think of his name, but he's a superhero. If I think of it, I'll put it up here. But it started off with those, like the onesie pajamas, and then they have progressed into like just regular pajamas. But like any character, whatever, he wears it forever, like non-stop. He'll still try to squeeze himself into it later when it doesn't fit. So I just got this one a little bit bigger. I got Jayla's bigger too, just so they have room to grow in it and just be comfortable. So yeah, but I can fit it because I'm slimming down, y'all. Getting snatched out here in these streets. Anyway, so today for breakfast, I already took some medicine. Hopefully if I eat and drink on my way to work, it will kick in and alleviate some of this pain, because I got a busy day today. I don't have time for this to weigh me down. But for breakfast today, I am having the Power Crunch protein energy bar. This is in key lime pie. This is the one that I wanted to have yesterday and I didn't, so I'm having it today. And then a banana. I have already tracked my stuff for today in ITRACKBITES and what is that? The Loser app. I use the Loser app to use calorie counting, and I use ITRACKBITES for like the green plan, because it's free and I wasn't gonna pay for it. I try to give you guys multiple macros. I prefer counting calories, but I will give you the bites/points for green plan or whatever, just so if that's what you like to do, like Weight Watchers and all that other stuff, ITRACKBITES, whatever. Yeah, so let's focus on the shirt. I know that Dr. Seuss is basically, it's come out that Dr. Seuss was racist and all those things, and hey, I agree. I also think that Dr. Seuss taught some pretty good lessons in his stories. So that's where you kind of feel like I'm in like a teeter-totter zone. Like I love Dr. Seuss, but I love his books. I don't love him as a person. Yeah. That is it. That's all. I wasn't going to go out and buy Dr. Seuss stuff because I know that he's racist, but this was purchased before then, and I'm wearing it to work because wearing jeans is an easy day. So I'll talk to y'all later.
Darkest hour, I wanna comfort you. I know you've been alone. Oh, where do you go? In your head when in the real world is snow. Oh, I know how you hit the cold. Your life searching for more. Afraid to leave, afraid to show. Afraid to leave, afraid to leave, afraid to show. Sometimes find yourself knowing no. to go. 'Cause the thing we're searching for is just waiting back home. And you've done your walking, probably enough for two. Oh.
Hey y'all, I did a whole intro thing and I was like, oh, it's not recording. It's been a minute since I talked to y'all. I'm on my way home. We are on day, I don't know, Thursday. And I just wanted to be really transparent with you guys on this journey. I feel like that's still too much music in the background. I just wanted to be really transparent with you guys on my journey. So if you have not been following me for a while and you made it this far, thank you for watching. I have been on a weight loss journey since April of last year, and everything was fine before my hip injury. I'm starting to notice that my hip injury is bringing about a lot of things that I thought were resolved as far as my weight loss journey goes, but they clearly are not. So basically what I mean by that is the fact that I cannot work out the way that I like to and the way that I want to, I really now have to change the way that I eat. And I'm going to really focus on it this weekend. I'm trying not to be like too focused on it right now, but when I was working out before, I used to do like an hour of cardio every day. And so while doing that cardio, I was able to burn a lot of calories. So that in turn, sorry y'all, potholes, blame Atlanta. Oh, that just looks really dark. Anyway, so I was able to do a lot of cardio, which in turn gave me the opportunity to burn a lot more calories and actually, be out here and kind of can eat what I, not say necessarily eat what I want, but eat a bigger amount. And now that I'm not doing that kind of cardio, I still in my mindset want to eat the way I used to eat. And like right now I can't. Like no matter how much I work out, like honestly, I know I can lose weight. I know that I can lose weight perfectly fine just eating calories and not including cardio and that sort of thing. I know that. I know that I also will burn more calories at work, which will help put me in a deficit because I'm moving around and I'm burning over the amount of calories that I typically would burn if I was just sitting still. I got that. The issue is that my mindset or my brain thoughts are not the same as, that knowledge. So I'm not necessarily gaining a ton of weight, but I'm not necessarily losing weight either. But my body is definitely changing. And the reason behind my body changing is because I have put more focus into doing strength training. I'm having a brain fart. I put more focus into doing strength training. So I've been doing, like sit-ups. I've been working on my arms. I've been doing a lot, and I've been trying to walk. But I'll be honest with you guys. This injury, I don't know when it will be done, and like when I will actually have healed from it. I could possibly never heal from it, and that really sucks. I could possibly never heal from it, or it could be like 2 to 3 months of this, and then it goes away or whatever. But honestly, it hurts. Like if I don't take medicine, it hurts, and so I'm literally thinking about like getting like some CBD oil gummies or something like that to take to see if that actually helps the inflammation on the inside, because stretching hurts. Like, you want me to stretch, okay, but stretching hurts. And if I bend the wrong way or if I move the wrong way, I can't walk, or it's painful to walk and I just have to like tough it out, and then I don't know necessarily if I'm causing more damage by toughening it out, like at work or whatever. Like, today was the first time that I've taken medicine, like ibuprofen, and it's doing nothing. Like, I didn't pain all day. And so I did get up and I worked out this morning, but like even that, like I'm starting to see that I've become a little bit addicted to standing on a scale. That's one thing. And I've also noticed that with standing on the scale, I'm starting to get frustrated with how my weight is fluctuating, because my weight will go up and then it'll go down a little bit and then it'll go up, and it's kind of been teeter-tottering. But when I look at my body and the way that it looks in a mirror and all that other stuff, like, it's, you know, it's nice, and it's a different shape that I'm really used to, but like I like this shape. So, and then my clothes are fitting nicely. So like, that's the thing when they tell you like sometimes you can't focus on the scale to be your like tell all, like you have to do like a lot of like 9-scale victories. That's kind of what I've been doing. So I've been taking a lot more pictures of my body and just comparing it to old pictures to keep myself motivated to keep going and to not give up. But like, it's hard. Like, it really is hard to stay focused on what you want to do, and you don't have that energy, or that like the energy to put forth with what you want to do. Like, I could do cardio all day. If I was going to the gym, I could do strength training and cardio all day. I actually like the gym. I just find it hard to do strength training at the house, because I just feel like I don't get that motivation of having different machines to go to and bounce back and forth with. And then I don't get to see like other people working out, which kind of motivates me to work out. Like, I'm just working out at the house. I feel like I'm always working out at the house. So yeah, there's that. So I'm trying not to beat myself up, because I know that, you know, life happens and we get injuries and things don't necessarily stay the same. But I feel like I have been defeated ever since I got my back injury. And the fact that it's like when I was on the steroids and I would take those and then I feel nothing, like I'd be feeling great. And now I don't have those anymore, so I'm always relying on medicine to feel better. It's starting to like really affect me in a way. And normally I wouldn't tell y'all that, but it is what it is. Like, I'm doing my best with calorie tracking and Weight Watchers. Trying my best with tracking them, because like sometimes I'll go out to eat or I'll have something that is made and you can't really control what somebody else makes. To be quite honest, like that's a thing that we don't really focus on. Like, you can't control the calories from something that you don't create at your house and actually like do yourself. So there's that. Or like you get like something that's pre-packaged and it's already weighed out, it's all it's made the same, like those sorts of things. I feel like sometimes I teeter-totter in that space, like not knowing how many calories to track for something, guesstimating or whatever, and then that becomes like a whole other, you know, thing within itself. I just hate the way people in Atlanta try, to be quite honest. But I'm in pain and I hurt. So I'm not going to cook dinner for the kids tonight. I'm just gonna pick them something up, and then I'm probably just gonna have something real simple, like oatmeal or something. All this coincides with the fact that I am trying not to drink as much coffee. So literally, I drink coffee all day long. Well, not all day long, but I drink coffee a lot on the weekend. I mean, during the week to like get through work. And so I've been trying different methods of not drinking so much coffee. And so I've been drinking green tea protein lattes this week. I just started it because I follow a girl on here. Her name is Sincerely Anitra, and she did like a green tea latte, but not like the way I did it. And I was like, ooh, I have green tea powder that I never use because I can never make it sweet enough for my taste. I was like, well, let me try it again. And I tried it, you know, and I made a TikTok. I put it in. It's really simple, really simple. But I tried it and I fell in love with it. So now I'm making that, and I've been drinking that instead of coffee in the mornings, which, you know, is not necessarily been bad. You know, it fills me up with it like the same. But I'm really trying, you guys. And I know that like sometimes we get stuck, like we hit a plateau, but I'm just trying to figure out like, why am I hitting this plateau? And I know why. It's because I'm not working out like I normally do. Like when I got down to 209 last year in like October, like for my birthday, I was like, before my birthday, I was like 209. And so I was like, oh, okay. And now I cannot get out of the 215 to 217 range. And I realized that that is because when I was 209, I was working out for like an hour, anywhere between an hour and a half. And I was doing like strictly cardio. I was getting like 6 or 7 miles in at a time. And like now it takes me literally like 15 minutes to walk 1 mile, 15 or 16 minutes. I feel like I'm so slow, and it's because I'm so cautious that I'm going to hurt something else, so I don't want to walk at a faster pace. But then I just it's annoying, and I know I'm rambling at this point. I really am, but I feel like I'm stuck. I don't really know what else to do. So the only thing that I can do at this point is change how I eat. And so I'm going to have to go back to really being restrictive with how I eat. And I don't want to say restrictive in the fact that like, oh, I'm going to give up bread, I'm going to give up this, I'm going to give up that. But I have to be more restrictive in the fact that, oh, okay, any calories that I burn off, I don't need to count them. Like, so if I'm at a deficit, or if I'm at a net calorie intake of 1,000 or 900 calories, then that just is what it is. Instead of being at a net calorie intake of 12 to 1,400 calories, I need to just go back to eating like whatever calories I'm given for the day, and then whatever I burn off is what I burn off, but then I don't include that into my neck. It's just so loud. It's just so loud. So that's where I am with this. I know I haven't talked to you guys in a minute. It's been a week. I have been filming everything that I've eaten, sort of kind of. If I eat something at work, that I've been tracking it, but I haven't been showing it just because I can't have my camera out or my phone or whatever out during the work day. So I don't eat too much. So like I might have like a little bit of something from like morning snack or afternoon snack, and then that be it. But I don't eat like a little bit of everything they offer. That's not the case. I also need to be more mindful about taking my vitamins earlier. So I've been taking my vitamins closer to the time that it's time for me to go to sleep. I think it's not giving it's like it's working through my body, but it's not how it used to be. So I'm going to take my vitamins as soon as I walk in the house today. But yeah, that's where I am. I just kind of wanted to give you guys like a little update. Why I haven't been around, it's just because, well, talking really, and it's really because I've been in a funk and I'm trying to get out of it. I really am, but I'm letting my mind do too much thinking, and that's where I'm at. So yeah, I'll talk to y'all all the way home almost. So I'll talk to y'all later. I'll show y'all dinner, whatever I decide to eat. I'll show y'all. Alright. welcome to Saturday. I know I didn't post anything for Friday. Y'all missed the whole day, but here's a recap. Thursday, I think I told y'all all about me being in pain and all that other stuff because sciatic nerves fucking suck. Anywho, I took a really strong, like, you know, I think hydrocodone or whatever. I took that, and then I went to sleep Friday evening. So I was probably in bed, probably about 8:30, 9 o'clock. Woke up at 1 o'clock, went to the bathroom, hobbled my way to the bathroom like I always do, and then hobbled my way back to my bed like I always do. And I was in so much pain by the time that I got to my bed that I laid out on the floor trying to stretch, trying to relax, get any little bit of stretching out that I could possibly do. I had also got a little bit of water before I came back into the room in my mouth because I knew I was going to take an ibuprofen. I knew it was like that time. But I normally don't take ibuprofen at night. Like, legit, I went from only having to take ibuprofen in the morning and then be able to go to work, do my job, come home, might be a little sore, stretch it out, and then go about my day. Repeat the next day. No. So none of that happened Thursday. Thursday I was in, I wouldn't say like intense pain, but I was in moderate pain for most of the day. Doing work, trying to stretch out at work, trying to stretch out in my car, all that stuff, still in pain. So we get to Friday morning at 1 o'clock and I'm stretching out on my floor, took some ibuprofen, you know, trying to figure out different ways that I could just kind of make this pain go away, but it's not working. I feel terrible. I can't really get up. It hurts to lay down. It hurts to sit. It hurts to even try to stretch. So I called off. Like, I sent a message at 2 o'clock in the morning to my bosses and was like, hey, listen, I know I really hate to do this to you guys, but I'm having a flare up. I can't walk. I can't crawl. Like, I'm in pain. I'm not going to be able to come in today. Nobody responds. I don't even care at this point. Nobody even checked on me to say, hey, you know, we know that you were in pain on Friday. We know that you were going to try to get into a doctor. Like, you know, are you okay? You know, do you need anything? Whatever. No. Y'all are mad probably because I'm not here for this little boy's first day. I'm not here at all, and you have to figure it out. At this point, I don't care. I really don't. I really don't care. Like, I'm hoping that things fall through the way that I want them to, that this summer I'm either going to go down to part-time or I'm not going to go there at all. I'm just going to give them my month's notice and live my best life. That's the plan. Anywho, so I'm just like, I'm in so much pain or whatever. Like, I can't move, I can't crawl. And like, the worst thing for me was I went to get up to go use the bathroom like I always do. I'm in the bathroom and BJ is up, and BJ says something to me about his iPad falling behind the couch, and I'm like, I really can't get your iPad, but I go to see if like maybe there's a way I can maneuver it so he can get his iPad. And literally I get to like right before where my living room is, and if you've ever been in my house or ever really known, my little hallway is small, so literally I can walk out of my room, go like literally turn the corner, I'm in Jayla's room, literally go straight a couple of feet, I'm in the bathroom, turn a different corner, go a couple of feet, and I'm in the living room. So it's not like a far walk. I get to the wall, like the door opening of the living room, and I look at him and I look at myself and I feel it, and I'm like, BJ, I'm not gonna be able to do it. And he was like, are you okay, mommy? And I was just like, yeah, I'll be fine, but I'm not gonna be able to do it. And he was like, okay. I said, you're just gonna have to wait till Jayla gets up. Okay, mommy. Literally, I turned to come back to my room. I couldn't make it. I fell to the floor. I had tears coming out my eyes. I was having a muscle spasm in my hip and in my calf. Okay, so let me tell you, when I tend to have muscle spasms in my hip, they radiate in my calf. My feet go numb, which they have been for weeks now. It's literally on the 9th, it's going to be a month. but it went like numb, like where I only had like maybe 2 or 3 toes that were numb. Like, no, it's the whole bottom of my foot that's numb. It's most of my toes that are numb. And I'm just like laying on the floor in pain. I can't get into a comfortable spot to stretch, to move, to make the pain go away. So like I'm on the floor in tears, and my son is just looking at me like, "Mommy, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Mommy, I'll be fine. I'm just hurting a little bit," like trying to be strong for him. But I can't even be strong for myself. Like, I'm at the point where I can't put any weight on my foot. Like, I can't put any weight on my leg. I can't walk. I can't function as a mother or an adult at this point. So I finally got it. Like, the muscle spasms finally stopped long enough for me to be able to be turned around, like stretch, and be able to crawl back into the room, get into the bed, lay down. And I'm like, okay, strong muscle relaxant. Like, I mean, muscle pain medication, strong version now, because I'm in so much pain. And I'm laying there and I'm floating in and out of sleep. But I feel terrible. I can't get up. I don't want to drink anything because I can barely make it to the bathroom. So I'm like, no, I'm not going to really drink any like, I'm drinking water just to hold me over. And then, like, lucky for me, Babe bought me and the kids lunch, and he got sent to the house through DoorDash. So, you know, Jayla was up by then, so Jayla could go and get it, and that's how I ate food. I had Chick-fil-A. So I'm being quite transparent with you guys, because I logged everything. I had Chick-fil-A. I had a grilled club with bacon and Kobe Jack cheese. They didn't put my honey roasted barbecue in my bag, which kind of sucks because I like honey roasted barbecue. But they put cilantro lime sauce in the bag, and it's not bad. I like that. So, or I tried it and I liked it, so I had that. Sorry about me crying, y'all. Like I said, sorry about me crying. Yeah, ew. And I had French fries. I didn't feel guilty about it because, like, what else was I gonna eat? Like, literally, to take medicine earlier, I had a banana and some water. Okay, so I hit up, you know, the guy that I married. I hit him up and I was like, listen, I need, because he's here, like, and he was planning on coming over to get the kids anyway. So I'm like, listen, I need you to take me to the ER. I can't walk, I can't move, I can't drive, because, like, the whole thought process was like, oh, I can get an Uber and I'll just go in an Uber to the ER. Well, all that changed when I no longer was able to even limp around in my house, so I knew I couldn't limp to a car, and I knew that somebody in Uberland was not going to literally physically carry me out, and I didn't want to call for an ambulance because that's a whole nother ordeal that I would have to deal with my kids. So I'm like, listen, I need you to take me to the ER. So he's like, okay, cool, whatever. He wakes up, he's like, oh, you know, I gotta get his kid dressed, bring him over, blah blah blah. I'm like, all right, fine, listen, do what you gotta do. I gotta go to the ER. So he gets here and I'm laying in the bed or whatever, and he's just like, okay. He's literally helping me, but he sees the pain on my face. Like, he sees the tears rolling down my eyes, and he's just like, okay, let me turn around and let you just hold on to my back or whatever. You tell me if I'm going too fast or whatever. Get to his car. Like, this, like, walking from my bedroom out of my living room to the, like, outside to where his car is was a good, like, 10-minute ordeal. And I'm in so much pain. I'm just, like, trying to push through the pain just to get out the house or whatever. Like, he's bending down so that I can go over, like, little humps or whatever, and it's not such a height difference, even though he's not, like, super taller than me. But yeah. So he gets me in a car, you know, gets me to the ER, and he's like, you want a wheelchair? And I'm like, yeah, I'm not walking. So he puts me in a wheelchair, and, you know, here they have, like, the whole things with, like, I don't know where you guys are, but here for COVID, nobody can sit in, like, nobody can wait with you in the hospital room unless you're a minor. So or they've been in an accident with you, like you guys go together or something like that. I don't know. Anywho, so we get there. I'm in a wheelchair. I'm putting my code in. I'm telling them what's going on, whatever. They like fast track me to the back. Then they're like, the lady asked me, could I step on the scale to get weighed? And I was like, no. Like, I can't barely get up. I know what I weigh because I weigh myself dang near every day. Like, it's 216. And she was like, okay. So then, you know, they take me to the back. They have me like in this little waiting area or whatever. And I'm in pain because sitting, like normal sitting, hurts. It's hurting every bit of me, and I can't find a way to get comfortable. And this wheelchair that they have me in is hard. So I'm like, ugh. So I'm in the wheelchair. Okay, cool. They have me sitting in there. Then they bring me to this room, and like first the lady's talking to me. She's asking me what's going on. I'm telling her blah blah, and she was like, have you ever had crutches before? And I was like, no. And she was like, okay, well, how tall are you? And I'm like 5'10". And she was like, okay. She wrote it down. She goes on by her day. And in my head, I'm like, are y'all about to put me in crutches? Like, is that where I'm at? So then we get in the little triage room, and this lady's talking to me. She's asking me all these questions. Then she's asking me, like, why didn't I go to the orthopedic place? And I'm like, one, they can't see me, like I can't call and get like a same day appointment, like I have to call them Monday, blah blah. And she was like, yeah, you really should follow up with your orthopedic, like make that a thing. She was like, because I think at this point you're really gonna need physical therapy, blah blah blah. So I'm telling her all the things that's wrong with me. She was like, I'm gonna give you 2 shots. One is gonna be a steroid shot, and one's gonna be like a pain medicine shot. And then I'm gonna give you pain medicine through your mouth, you know, because you're in so much pain. Because when they ask you, like, what's your pain level on a scale of 1 to 10, oh honey, I'm at a 10. Like I'm dying. So by the time I get to the ER, it's like 3 o'clock. I haven't eaten since like 11:30. That's when I had lunch. So really, medicine doesn't work for me unless I eat food. That's like a whole thing. And 2, it's just, I don't like taking medicine anyway. But okay, whatever. So it's about almost 4 o'clock. So I've been there for like almost an hour when I get these pain meds. And the lady's like, you know, I know you're saying that it's hard for you to stand up, but you think you could stand up for like a couple of seconds, so I can get you a shot in like your butt, because that's the meaty part of you, and you definitely don't want this shot to go like in, I guess, like a bony area or something that doesn't have a lot of flesh. So I'm like, yeah, I could, you know, stand up as long as I could hold on to this or whatever, I should be fine. So then she's like, oh, you have to pull your pants down, expose, okay, 1 butt cheek. I know it's a lot. Anywho, so then she's like wiping off, and she was like, okay, she was like, you got to feel a big prick. She was like, this is going to burn. When the medicine goes in, it's going to burn. It's going to happen twice. It's definitely going to burn. But like once you get it in, rub. And so I'm like, okay, so I'm standing up, and she puts the needle in. I don't feel it. I don't feel a needle at all. I feel the burning. And then she does it again. I definitely felt the needle and the burning. And I'm like, I am not about this life. So I'm sitting there trying to rub, but rubbing hurts like hell. Like, I don't even know how to explain it to you guys, but it hurts. And then she's like, okay, well, we're going to put you out in the waiting room. You have to wait for your x-ray of your hip, and you're going to get an ultrasound of your leg just to make sure you don't have a blood clot, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, okay. So they sent me out in the waiting room. I don't know what was more uncomfortable, getting the shot in my butt and then having to sit on my butt and having this hip pain, and like whatever. So the medicine through the mouth kicked in like literally within maybe 10 or 15 minutes of being in the waiting room. That kicks in, but it makes me want to go to sleep, and I'm in a waiting room by myself. So I'm like forcing myself to stay up because, listen, I don't know these people. And so now I'm trying to get comfortable. It doesn't help. It does anything for my leg or my hip. I'm in pain. and I'm trying to get comfortable in this chair, and it takes forever, and I'm getting Charlie horses in my calf, and then I'm trying not to cry out in the waiting room. I have tears coming out my eyes because it's painful, and I'm trying to maneuver myself in a way to be like comfortable or whatever, and then I finally get myself comfortable, and like I'm in a good space, you know, I'm there, and then somebody comes out and they're like, oh, I need to move your chair back so I can get this person over here to the person that he's with, because whatever. And when they move my chair back, them moving the chair flares up another Charlie horse. So this happens like a couple of times. I'll finally get comfortable, then it's like, oh, somebody will come out, oh, I'm going to take you to go get a x-ray of your hip. As soon as the chair starts moving, I start feeling pain. That was a thing. So I was at the ER from literally from 3 to like 7:15. And so, you know, I got prescribed steroids again, but not as much. I got prescribed muscle relaxants I'm supposed to be on for 7 days. And then I got prescribed pain meds. Okay, cool. I'm getting in the car, you know, like he comes to pick me up, get in the car with him, and it's not as painful to move, but it's still painful. I would say now my pain level is on like maybe a 4.5, 5. It's still painful, but it's not terrible. Okay, cool. So, what happens? Oh, he takes me to go get something to eat because I haven't eaten all day, dropped off my prescription, which, you know, thankful for that. And he brings me back to the house. He goes to get the kids something to eat, goes and picks up my prescription, you know, drops it back off. By this time, I have made my way to the bed. For dinner, I had, what did I have for dinner? Wendy's. I had the grilled Asiago Ranch chicken sandwich with no bacon, medium fry, medium strawberry lemonade. This now puts me over 1,000 and something calories for the day. I don't care. And then I came home and I had 8 Oreos because I'm a stress eater. And I'm just like, I really wasn't able to eat. So like, I feel like I'm hungry, but I know I'm really not. But I also didn't deny myself cookies. So I got in bed, laid down, tried to get some sleep. That's not really working. I woke up today to, oh no, honey, like I'm in pain again. I'm crawling around in the house at 5:30. I'm crawling around on all fours. And I'm like, listen, I need to take these meds because that is totally a thing. Need to take the medication. And I totally forgot, oh, with steroids, you're supposed to take that with food. I take all 3 of the meds at the same time. Because I haven't taken any. I haven't taken any of the pain meds. I haven't taken the steroids. I haven't taken the muscle relaxants. I'm like, listen, I'm going to take it all right now. 6 o'clock. Maybe like 6:10. Almost 6:10. I decided I'm going to take all these meds. I take them. Try to stretch myself out. Finally get myself back up to a place where I can get in the bed. I lay down. Stretch my leg out to a comfortable position where my hip doesn't hurt, so my calf doesn't hurt. And then I started feeling like I'm about to throw up. Straight nausea. Nausea lasts for hours. And when I mean hours, I mean hours. And I'm like, what is this? BJ gets up. At some point, I finally get enough strength to get up. I think that was like around 7:30. To get up, to go to the kitchen, to get me something to eat. It was before BJ got up. So it might have been like 7. I don't remember. I went, got enough strength to go to the kitchen and get something to eat. That was painful. Coming back into the room, painful. I think at that point I started crawling. I figured out that I could roll with my my chair and like have most of my body in it and not put so much stress on my hip, which doesn't cause pain. But that's a task within itself. So like now I'm crawling around on my knees with a rolling chair in front of me. And I eat. I feel like I'm going to throw up. I try to let the food settle. I feel like I'm throw up. I drink water. I feel like I'm throw up. Along with having severe hip pain and Charlie horses. And Charlie horses feeling only comes with my pain in my hip. It's flaring up. So I'm looking up, you know, like stuff on the internet, looking up everything about like what's going on with me or whatever. And I come across this good tidbit of information that the ER didn't just decided not to tell me, or didn't basically give me like, hey, just a warning, hey, just a heads up. So one, I'm not supposed to be putting heat on this spot until after 24 hours. I put heat on it last night. Didn't know. Because that's what I normally do. Put a heating pad on a little bit before I go to sleep to kind of help relax my muscles there. So I wasn't supposed to use the heating pack. Supposed to use the ice pack. Didn't know that. Know it now. 2, it's quite possible after you have steroid injections to have a flare-up. What they call a steroid flare-up. Inflammation at the site that can last anywhere from 24 to 72 hours. If I still feel like this Sunday night, I'm calling off. And at this point, I don't care about y'all having to figure out what y'all gonna do. I don't care because y'all didn't care about my health enough to even check in on me. Only one person for my job, well, 2 people, but one person in the leadership team for my job checked in on me, and she's not even like the higher up type person. So there's that. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, my health is more important than anything else. And if I break down at my job, or if I'm not able to drive, y'all aren't going to physically be able to do anything for me. And y'all aren't going to be the ones that are taking care of my kids. At this point, I really want to see what is the thought process of having to do a FMLA. Because this is a medical issue. And y'all aren't going to restrict how I work. You're not going to have somebody lifting up kids and putting them on the changing table so I can change them. Because I'm not supposed to lift over 15 pounds until this pain goes away. I read that in the little pamphlet thing, and I'm just like, okay. Anywho, so now I'm dealing with a severe, I won't say it's severe because I don't know if it's severe or not, but I'm dealing with a flare-up. So basically, anytime my hip is not in a position that it likes, I get pain in my hip, and that pain shoots down into my leg. No matter pain meds, who cares about fucking pain meds, because they're not doing anything. But it shoots down into my leg or whatever, and then it flares up my calf, which feels like it's having a severe Charlie horse, and I can't move. So I go to the bathroom. If I get back to the room without me crawling, I literally have to stretch my whole body out before I get into bed, and then immediately lay down. This is how I'm laying down. My leg has to be slightly elongated or kind of pushed back up. So yeah, there's that. I've never been in so much pain in my life. Even having kids wasn't this painful. But I know that once I get through this and I get to do physical therapy, because I'm definitely going to sign up to do physical therapy. I definitely need it at this point. I'm definitely going to advocate for myself to get an MRI. And if this orthopedic doesn't want to give me one, I will go to somebody who will. Because realistically, I don't know if I have a herniated disc. I don't know if I have a pinched nerve. But whatever it is, I need to know so I know how to maneuver around it. I don't know if I need to wear a different type of shoes, if I need to wear a different insole. Like these type of things I will find out from an MRI that I can't get at the ER. So that's the next thing I have to advocate for myself. It's the MRI, physical therapy, which I know that they will do without it being an issue. I definitely, once I'm able to, will pick back up on my stretching. And I'm also going to start incorporating yoga. I wanted to go get CBD oil because, you know, I heard that's good. But after I started getting nauseous and all that stuff, and I can't stand really, realizing that that's a flare-up thing, I'm not going to go and risk it. Like, I'm not gonna go try to hobble out the house and be in pain like I was yesterday. It's not. So I'm not gonna do that until, I guess, this pain subsides and I'm able to step on my leg or whatever. I'm really hoping that this flare-up is like a 24-hour thing. But I feel like anytime my body gets injected with anything, I have flare-ups from it. So go figure for that. Yay, Jess. Yeah. Because then that will also tell them whether they need to know if I need to get like epidural type shots, where they put like a shot in my back where it's turned, like where the slip disc is or the pinched nerve is, to help relax that. So then, you know, that helps with everything or whatever. But like, I just want something to happen that I don't feel like I'm in pain. So literally, I made me a green tea protein shake type matcha, I said green tea, a matcha protein shake situation on my floor. I measured everything out on the floor, stirred it up together on the floor. Yeah, and that was my life. Put it together, mixed it up. I had one of the kids bring it in here so I could roll myself back into the room, and I'm just like, this can't be my life. But I'm going to try to drink this without it hurting my stomach too bad, and then I am going to probably try to take a nap, watch TV, take a nap. I'm trying to keep my liquid intake up. Even if I can roll myself to the bathroom, get up long enough to use the bathroom, get back down on my knees to roll myself back, then that's what I do. But I don't want to get dehydrated through all this either, because I feel like that's not going to be good. And then I know I didn't drink a lot of water or liquid at all yesterday, so I don't want to go back into that routine or whatever. So here we are. I'll talk to y'all later.